Hello folks, G1 back to do another Transformers review. Today we're taking a look at something a little different than I've already done. We're taking a look at something that hasn't been talked about for a while, and I'll tell you why. Today we're going to take a look at the titanium figurines. The three ones that I've got displayed. Now, a little bit of a backstory about the titanium figurines as well as the titanium series as well. The Titanium series happened during the late 2000s, where it was a line of partially diecast figures that were produced under Hasbro's Galoo brand as a subdivision of Micro Machines, which it mainly consisted of a lot of Star Wars toys, and believe it or not, some of them were actually pretty good. Now, the Titanium Transformers line, there were some that were good and there were some that were terrible, and the terrible ones would include things like the War Within Optimus Prime and the War Within Megatron, which they are quite crap. And there are some that are good, like the War Within Jetfire and the Beast Machines Cheetor. Those are actually pretty good. The figurines themselves aren't actually that bad, and we're gonna come onto them now. I only have the three figurines that you can see right now: the Optimus Prime, the Ark itself, and Galvatron. Now, each of these figures all did come with stands, but the only stand that I've got is the one that came with the Ark. I don't know what happened to the other two stands for Prime and Galvatron, but just going to have to do with it, unfortunately. So let's take a look first of all. First off, we're going to start with the Optimus Prime figurine itself right here. Now, as you can see, here is Optimus in just this really cool looking pose, just like he's pointing out something like point. One thing I always liked about these figurines is that you can always get them in a lot of really nifty poses. You can always put them in some form of decent pose, which it wasn't good, but what are you gonna do? Now, of course, the one thing about these little figurines is that none of them have any articulation at all. There is just you can rotate the head, the full 360, and the arms as well can rotate 360 as well as the hands, which is actually pretty good. But let's just take a little look at let's take a look at Optimus first of all in a little close up. Here he has got the G1 color scheme. Of course, this is based off of the G1 Prime in the sort of battle damage colors. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I really like how these colors look for this little figurine. It's really nice. The weapon, of course, Optimus Prime's fusion cannon is silver for a change instead of it being black, which I'm not sure about that. But of course, the gun itself is removable. You can take a little closer look at the weapon itself. It's just a silver gun, which I'm pretty sure you can put it into another toy's hand if you wanted to, if that toy had any good grip. But aside from that, though, I don't have the stand for this toy, unfortunately. But what are you gonna do? So anyway, yes, Titanium Prime. I like him a lot. This little figure is actually really nice, and of course, this arm's just straight, so it won't really have any articulation. None of these figures do. And anyway, these little figurines aren't for playing with. They're just meant to display. So you can either have the hand just pointing straight ahead like that, or if you want, just point like that, or have it like that. So yeah, figurine Optimus Prime. He's pretty good. So the second one we're going to take a look at now is the Ark, and of course, as you already know, the Ark is the Autobot shuttle which they arrived from Cybertron to Earth in, and of course this shuttle itself was this shuttle design itself was used in Transformers the movie. Here is the shuttle itself, just on a plastic stand, which doesn't really do anything, so we can take the stand off. But of course, the Autobot symbol right there, which is just clear plastic with the red colors, which look pretty good. You can either have the stand just facing down with the figurine on top of it. It's almost like a base, but at the same time, though, it's still better just on its own. So let's just get rid of the stand for the time being. So just take off the little stand like that, which again, that's just clear plastic. It doesn't really do anything else. It's clear plastic. And of course the Ark itself. Here is the Ark in its current state. It looks really nice. It's a very well detailed toy, a little detailed figurine aside. The whole toy itself, again, is made. It has three plastic parts. It has the two wings, which are plastic, and the front, which we're going to come onto in a minute, is plastic, and the whole base of the body is die-cast metal. It's a Lost Art Beast Wars reference. So, you probably may remember that the Ark itself is actually the front part of the toy itself, but that can easily be removed if you just get a tight grip on that and remove it. Come on to that later on. Here is the Ark. Very dinty little thing as well. It's the very small shuttle, which, I'll be honest, looks actually pretty cool. It's very well detailed and sculpted. A lot of time went into making that. So, the Ark, it's a good little figurine. It would have been nice if we saw like a titanium nemesis, but that never happened, and I don't think ever will, so you get what you're able to deal with, unfortunately. Then the last we come on to is Galvatron. Galvatron. And of course you can see that he's in the show accurate colour scheme, which I'm actually digging a lot here. I do like this colour scheme for this little figurine a lot. It's very impressive, and one thing as well, of course, articulation aside, it doesn't really have a lot in the waist articulation. The arms can rotate the full 360 if you want, and the arm is just straight, like it's doing a little Zeke Heil sort of thing. And of course, the head can rotate the full 360 as well. The head has some decent articulation, and of course you can have the arm just either facing down. A little close up on Galvatron first of all. Not much you can see for the head design, but it's okay. And of course, Galvatron's fusion cannon as well is removable, so you can see that it's that sort of color as well, which I really like a lot. And the hands have movement as well. One is just splayed out like that. The other one has just a just a fist, which you can actually have like that. And one thing as well you'll notice as well, the arms and the legs and the hip are all plastic, as well as the back as well, and the head as well. The legs and the body, they are made of die-cast metal, which I think that is very impressive. So there you go. This hasn't been very long. I didn't want it to keep it very long, but this is just a little brief introduction of the die-cast, titanium, the titanium Transformer figurines. I like them. They are pretty good. I really like how they're designed, and I really like how that some of them turned out okay and some of them aren't worth getting. I'm not going to go into the whole list and say which ones they are, but I'll leave that to you to figure that out. This hasn't been really a review. This is just something that I wanted to get out of the way, and all I can say is if you like these little figurines, get them. They aren't meant for playing with. They're just meant to display on shelves on things. I usually have them displayed on my TV, but that's pretty irrelevant. So yeah, the titanium figurines, I like them. I really recommend them a lot, especially the Ark. If you're into like spaceships and things like that, I recommend the Ark definitely. The Ark is definitely one of the best parts of this little set. I would have reviewed them separately, but I wouldn't have had a lot to say otherwise. So anyway, this has been the Transformer Titanium figurines, and I am G1 Optimus Prime. Thanks for watching, folks. Catch you later.